Welcome back to EMBR.ACE Education, the podcast where we explore what it means to lead with well-being, care, and curiosity in today's schools. In this episode, we're turning our focus to the people at the heart of every school and every educational ecosystem, education counselors. We know that when teachers thrive, students do too. But how do school leaders in the public system create the conditions for teachers to flourish? We're honored to be joined today by Evangelia Karagianni to talk about what it really means to lead with care, from supporting mental health and managing burnout to modeling balance and a culture of trust. This conversation is all about strategies and mindsets that put people first. Let's dive in then. Evangelia, welcome. We're really honored to have you with us.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm honored too.
Beautiful. Let me present a few things about Evangelia. Her CV is really long, so only a few very important things. She holds a PhD in teacher development from the University of Athens and a master's in education in teaching English as a foreign language. She is a double recipient of scholarship from the State Foundation, Foundation, and from Fulbright. And she's been teaching English in various roles. She's in the education ecosystem in various roles as a private and public sector teacher, entrepreneur, and as an education coordinator of all EFL teachers working in primary, secondary, and vocational, public and private schools in part of East Attica. So a lot of things, Evangelia. I don't know when you've had time in your life to do them. And so let's get to know you better and your mindset. You've been active in various roles in education for over 30 years. And I was wondering, how has this affected your view over well-being, teacher well-being? How has it changed over the years? What is teacher well-being and what isn't?
Okay, that's a very good question. Well, the term well-being for me is very simple, just not being stressed and feeling content. Now, if you ask me about how my mind has changed, how my views have changed over the years, I would say that I was not aware of what well-being is, or even if I was not aware that it existed, that such a term existed when I started. I don't know if it was a better period at different years. I think it's the need for well-being comes with age and experience. So yeah, today for me is a notion which is central, both at a personal and a professional level.
Right. And I guess this is due to your vantage point, overseeing educators, as many EFL educators as you do. So from your vantage point, where do you see the teachers' biggest energy drains and, if you like, unexpected sources of energy?
Certainly bureaucracy drains our energy a lot in the public sector. This is a huge issue. And now I think we are experiencing something unique worldwide. We're experiencing digital bureaucracy. So this is certainly something that drains us, drains the teachers, and we need to do something about that. Another thing is this inconsistency in everything in our country, especially in the educational system. We have a lot of changes, and it's not very clear to my mind at least, why all these changes are necessary, or if when the timing that when these changes take place is the ideal.
Mm.
What another thing that might drain teachers, I would say, is lack of recognition.
Mm.
They, all of us, need to feel valued, respected. So this is very important.
Mm. Mm. Right.
And of course, if we work in an environment where we can collaborate, we feel comfortable, and creativity is promoted without exhausting us,
Mm.
because we also have that. There are schools with superb leaders, but because they aim so high and they want to do so much, they very often violate some of the red lines
Mm.
should respect.
Mm. Right. So these are the drains. And what you're saying, if I understand well, is that teachers being active in decision making and making things. This is the one thing is important, and the other thing is presenting or including the teachers into the not only the decision-making process, but also helping them understand the reason behind changes is important
That's right.
in
This
supporting
is
them.
what I feel. Yes, very
Yes.
important.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly the community, uh,
Mm.
either local or wider, that also boosts teachers' energy.
Right. So yeah, I wanted to ask you about that actually. When we run our workshop together with Empowered, the program that supports teacher well-being across schools in Greece, with the University of Athens and Metamorphosis, I saw the community spirit in the teachers that were present, across teachers from across East Attica, and it was amazing. And I know that they told everybody, they told me that it was you and your support that creates this atmosphere of support. How do you do this? How do you create the community? And how do you think it contributes to teacher well-being?
I think it's a personal trait. I don't know. I can share a story that whenever I go back and remember, it's always impressive, because when I was very young, I did a methodology course in London,
Uh-huh.
and I remember that when I think I was around 19, 20, the report I got wrote that although I was the youngest in the group, I had great rapport with my students because we had practical sessions with students and we were supervised. And I didn't even know the word rapport then,
Back then.
but I think that this is a key idea:
Mm-hmm.
creating rapport with the people you want to be with, you want to work with, you want to create. And it's probably, I don't know, it's a personality, it's a gift. I always feel loved by the people I try to connect I with the people I work with. Well, I wouldn't say all, but yes, I feel that. Now, with
Mm-hmm.
the teachers, I think this type of being friendly with them all the time, feeling that they can always call me or write to me, they receive immediate answers. I
They
feel
mentioned that even
they,
during the pandemic, they said
yes,
whatever
yes,
time during the day or night, she was there to support us, and that's an amazing thing to hear. I don't know how it makes you feel, but it did
proud.
resonate.
I feel very proud to hear that. And I like it when people say it or acknowledge it. But I feel that this rapport helps them on all other levels.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It looks as if it does, at least. Well, this is what research says.
Mm-hmm.
Peer support and mentoring are key to teacher well-being, and it's amazing how much we see it in practice. It's the experiential thing that we see across all schools that we visit with Empowered, and me as a mentor in education, wherever there is peer support, wherever there is mentoring,
Mm-hmm.
students, teachers flourish, and then students flourish as well, of
Of
course.
course. Yes.
The whole school ecosystem does. So,
Mm-hmm.
and this is something that's, being a question in my mind. You're a counselor, and your role involves also evaluating teachers. How do you balance evaluation with support? And this is a question, I guess, for all, every counselor, not just you.
The transition from no evaluation at all to being evaluated was a huge step for the Greek educational system. And it was clear, it was made clear that teachers appeared to oppose to that, but I don't feel that was true. It was just an impression that usually people in the syndicate wanted to just present teachers' work. Sure. Yes. They just want to feel sure that when they are evaluated, it is done objectively, and they can rely on the person who evaluates them. So, because of the introduction of evaluation, the training sessions were limited, especially time-wise. And I felt that because I like training, I like teacher training, I felt that evaluation would give me a new chance to train teachers from a different perspective on a one-to-one basis. And this is another comment I received, and I like that when we finish with the evaluation, many teachers have told me that they have learned a lot of things.
Right.
So it means that probably the feedback I give helps them realize what they can improve. And if they are willing to do it, I think this is the only thing that they need to do. Just take the feedback.
Right. So what you're saying is that actually observation, which is part of every well-organized school system, and evaluation can be done in a way that in a way that boosts teachers' agency. It boosts their skills as educators. Yes, it can be done, and so in this way, it can be going together with pastoral care. It can be balanced with pastoral care with evaluation, as long as teachers continue to grow, to develop their skills. That's beautiful. Thank you for that. It's been a question in my mind because at first glance, these two roles seem contradictory, but they can be
combined.
combined, beautifully combined. Beautiful, right. I was wondering, I saw when we had when we ran the workshop together, the teacher wellbeing workshop together, there were only women attending. And I was wondering if this is a matter of rates, or if this is a matter of supporting the the vulnerable majority, let's say. Are there more vulnerable teachers in the educational ecosystem, like younger teachers or women educators, would you say? Or are they the only ones who are willing to be supported, let's say?
No, not really. I
Mhm.
don't think it's a matter of gender or a matter of years of experience they have.
Mhm.
It depends on the personality a lot. I had
Mhm.
male teachers who I evaluated, and they were very fragile, and they confided a lot of personal stories, which made sense in the way for me to see the way they taught and what they needed to improve. So I
Mm.
don't think it's a matter of gender
Mm.
or
Mm.
being young or old. I have seen young
Or
teachers.
experience. Mm.
I have inexperienced teachers who do not want to change, who feel that they know it all. And I have seen very experienced old teachers who just want to learn more and more and enjoy, and they do
Mm.
amazing things.
Wonderful. So, would you say that there is there, if there is a group of teachers whose well-being is more often overlooked or need special support to be tailored to them?
I would say that it's not the teachers in our specialty. It's the school leaders who need a lot of
Mm.
support. Yes, they have a lot of work to do, and their well-being needs more support.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, what you're saying is corroborated by evidence. It's amazing, and I found it very interesting that school leaders' well-being continues to drop after
Mm.
the pandemic, while teachers' well-being is more or less stabilized, not better, but stabilized at least. Um,
Wow, that's a very
that,
interesting fact.
that's really interesting. Of course, all this research comes usually from Europe. This was research from United Kingdom.
Yes.
We don't have much research in Greece about this, and that's why we're running this Panhellenic study on teacher well-being with the University of Athens to see where we're standing right now in this issue. So, is there a story with your rich experience? Is there a story you can share to tell us about maybe a systemic change that actually affected, not just an individual habit, but something that affected a whole educational ecosystem, a small one maybe, or whatever?
Okay, I have two
Two.
examples.
Okay.
Yes, one
There
very
is
small
hope.
local, yes,
Mm-hmm.
which has to do with coffee drinking and sharing with teachers. And I'm actually thinking that this year I should make it a habit, and we do it more often, maybe once a month. I
Mm-hmm.
usually did it at the end of the school year once, and many teachers came and enjoyed it. Just drinking coffee, sharing stories,
That's lovely.
jokes, etc. Yes. And something wider is that we have a community with school advisors from all over Greece, uh,
Mm-hmm.
English,
Uh-huh.
English school advisors.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another community, and they also acknowledge the bonding that we have created, because it's very important for us to share the problems, the challenges we face, the stories we have, and solutions or ideas come from other more knowledgeable peers.
Mm-hmm.
That's very important. And another thing which is great is when you see that in a group of people who are executives in the educational field, do not feel um, that they are threatened by other colleagues, or they some are competitive, but in the main group we feel that we there is no competition among us, which is nice. I'm
It's
not
amazing.
competitive myself, so I like that. Yeah.
So again, you see the idea of peer support comes up. Even in leadership groups, there is
Yes,
still
of
a
course.
need for peer support.
Mhm.
Maybe even more in leadership groups than in teachers groups. That's amazing. So I think it's time to go. I don't want to let it go, but
Okay.
it is time to go, though. I think I'll be very happy to have you in another round discussing your international experience as a Fulbright scholar and a master's professor at the Open University of Greece. Now, before we finish, we always play a game with my guests, and I would love you to play it with you. Well, what are three things, that's the game, three things in one word or two words maybe, and what are three things that you embrace for your own well-being as a motto for your teachers?
Okay. Sitting by the sea,
Okay.
sure. Um, observing nature, observing, not just seeing, observing tales. This is something that relaxes me a lot. Beautiful landscapes. And I don't know, family gatherings.
Right, beautiful. So nature and relationships always for you. Lovely. And you're very lucky because we live in Greece and you have the sea and nature around you. That's
Yes.
lovely.
I wouldn't change that for anything.
I know what you mean, and I corroborate. So, thank you very much, Evangelia, for offering such grounded and inspired look into the ways that leadership can uplift, sustain, and protect teacher well-being.
Thank you very much.
As we keep reimagining education for joy and inspiration, it's clear that supporting teachers isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. We hope that today's conversation sparked some ideas and reflections for you, and whether you're a teacher, a leader, an advocate. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, share it with a colleague, and leave us a review. You can also follow us on across all platforms and check our resources at YouTube website. Until next time, stay well, stay curious, and keep embracing well-being in education.